Hey everyone, it's TTL back with another video for you. So with the high-end i9 kind of ruining the point of buying a Z590 board, this is the first of the B560 boards I've managed to get my hands on. Now I'll say the first because there will be other ones, but the Prime B560 Plus is the first one we're going to take a look around today, and it's also, if you keep a look on the description underneath, I will add in the link at a later date for when I team it up with the i5 11400, because these have finally just come in as well. So I've got a lot of testing to do, but for now at least, let's get a look around the first full-size ATX board that I have had in. And now I've said that, it's actually not full-sized ATX. Right, okay, brilliant. So, in the box is light. You literally get a manual, a driver CD, 2 SATA cables, and then a very basic I/O shield for the back. Now, this is about right though, because the board is £120. So it's right down there in the affordable area of the market. But the board itself, we can have a good old look around. Now you do get a couple of heat sinks. Now I'm going to point out all of these very obvious things because it is a very affordable board. I'm a bargain basement, whatever you want to put it. Now I know it's got 8 phases because we can count the chokes here, but I don't know any more about it. There isn't a great deal of information online, and there isn't a great deal of information for me to get from Asus either. One of the things I can say though, is you do get your PCI Express 4 here, and you do get a PCI Express 3 NVMe here. This one in the middle is if you want to upgrade to a NVMe style M.2 Wi-Fi, and you can see it written just here as well. Now, important things on these sort of boards: fan headers. You get the CPU fan header here, get a chassis fan header here. Now this says chassis fan 3, and that's because there is number 1, there is number 2, and there is number 3. So there's a total of 4 fan headers on this. Don't forget though, you can get PWM, so 4-pin fan out cables, so you can put 1 cable in here and that spreads it out into 3. These should all be fine with that unless you're running absolutely ridiculous power drawing fans. So you could split that off to 3 if you wanted, that off to 2. I wouldn't worry about it too much. More importantly, you do get a couple of USB 2s at the bottom. You do get an external USB 3 up on this side. No 3.1 header though, obviously keeping costs down. You do get a total of 6 SATAs down here as well, but one of the things you do need to keep an eye on, I'm pretty sure this PCI Express 3 says SATA 5. Now I need to look it up on the block diagram in the main review to see how it breaks down, but you do get a couple of PCI Express 1s. These are normally PCI Express 2 bandwidth, but this is all going to be coming off of the chipset anyway. So that's from there. This 16 times lane and this NVMe comes from the CPU. So this is all PCI Express 4. All of this down below is either going to be PCI Express 3 or it could even be PCI Express 2. Like I said, I need to look at the block diagram when I can finally get one. Round the back, again, this is going to be something that a lot of you are going to want to pay attention to. Now you do get an old D-sub here for those of you that still have one of those monitors, but you do still get a DisplayPort and a HDMI. You do need to remember though that you do need a CPU that does have the onboard graphics. The 11400F does not. You will definitely need a graphics card. You get a PS2 here for old school keyboard and mouse. Couple of USB 2s, gigabit Ethernet, and then you get a couple of USB 3s, and then you do get a C as well. Now there aren't a lot of USBs on the back, and I am going to make a video on how you can increase the amount of USBs that you have on the back here, but also how you can tidy your desk. So keep an eye on that as well, because I'll probably put that in the links underneath when it's done. It'll be within the next few weeks, but for those of you that find this video later on, then just have a look in the description underneath, or even go and have a look on the channel. So it's all very silver. Now I will say that aesthetically, the white stripes, I think it's a bit mad, but then if you're building a rig down this end, maybe you're not going to be looking at the board as much. I don't really know. I think the print over the top is a little bit overkill, but each to their own. That's the thing that we need to remember with this sort of thing. What I don't like, some of you guys out there might actually do. It kind of makes it look a bit busier as well, because if you have a look around the actual PCB itself, there isn't an awful lot of componentry on it. Now with some of the more recent boards that we've had, especially with Z590, like areas up here where you've got all of these electrical components on and solder points, the whole board would have been covered with that. So this kind of cleans it up and makes it look a little bit more understated, but then the graphics that go over the top kind of take care of undoing that. Now, like I said, you can find that in the UK at the moment for £120. I will put a link underneath in case you want to go and grab it. You know, if you want, it's completely up to you. I put the links there anyway now. And like I said, we are going to be testing it with the i5 11400F, which also came in today. So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening with this. You will see some more previews coming on as well, because I've got the TUF. I've also got boards due from MSI and from Gigabyte Aorus, so keep your eyeballs open, have a click underneath. But for now at least, this was a very quick and brief one, just to show you stuff is here, and if you wanted to look around the board with the tiniest one out. Ding! Love you, sis.